From Yashoda for the case presentation of carcinoma of breast. Now I call upon Dr. Subramani. Now I call upon Dr. Subramanieshwar Garu, Dr. Lakshman Prasad Garu, Dr. Suresh Kumar Garu to honor the dais.
I come from Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. But we all, Telangana, Andhra, as far as the medical field is concerned, we are all together. So when Dr. Jagadish Gaur called me about 10 days back that I should come here, it was a pleasant surprise for me because I retired in 2000 from Kannur Medical College. I was undergraduate there, postgraduate there, assistant professor, HOD, superintendent, financial DLE to Kannur. I'm 75 plus today. Well, it is really, there are so many courses in Andhra Pradesh, so it's surprising that they have picked me up because I am still quite active in academic field because there is one institute called Batalpalli RDT Mission Hospital there, where they have a DNB program that lasts about 10 to 12 years. So I'm actively involved as an academic coordinator for DNB at Batalpalli, where out of so far 14 candidates, 11 cleared for first time.
The 52-year-old woman from Mahbubnagar.
Whenever you are discussing a human being, it's better to use lady and gentleman rather than female and male.
Okay, sir.
Female and male are for animals. Old is also contradictory. Lady is a better word. Go ahead.
A 52-year-old lady from Mahbubnagar, who is a farmer, came with complaint of lump in the left breast for the last 20 days. Patient was apparently asymptomatic 20 days back when she noticed a lump in her left breast while taking birth, which was insidious in onset, gradual in progression. There was no history of nipple discharge, nipple retraction or rapid growth. There is no history of pain, fever or trauma. No history of other swellings in the right breast and axilla. No history of body pains, cough, breathlessness.
That's Sandeep. So, well, in the examination, it's not like we don't allow you to present history and complete. You have got to be ready to answer the questions at any stage because for convenience sake, we always say we allow you to present history, then go to the examination, etc. So I wish we interrupt you now and then so that you will have a continuity and without even the discontinuity, you will be able to pick up where you are left. Okay. One point here is, can you go to that previous slide? So what is this nipple discharge? What is significant in nipple discharge?
Bloody discharge. Patient is having bloody discharge. Then we can think of carcinoma, ductal papilloma, and if it is greenish discharge, then think of ductal papilloma and milk, either galactosile or.
In relation to CA breast, what is significant? No, please don't divert, sir. Please don't divert. Please don't divert the topic. In a suspected CA breast, what is significant nipple discharge? When do you think it is likely to be CA? What is the discharge? What are features about nipple discharge? If a nipple discharge is from a single breast, it is significant. If it is from a solitary duct, it is. If it is from a spontaneous discharge, if it is continuous, sustained and serous. Remember the 5 S's. Single breast, single lung, sustained discharge, spontaneous discharge, serous discharge. Now this teaching like bloody discharge is significant, is in the recent books it is now changed actually. Serous discharge is more ominous than bloody discharge. Please remember that, don't carry the impression bloody discharge is malignancy. No. Papilloma is more often the cause than for a bloody discharge than carcinoma.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. You almost never see bloody discharge in a patient with carcinoma breast. Okay? This is one thing. Second thing, you said only 20 days duration
Yes, sir.
and progressively increasing.
Yes. Because she didn't notice the swelling.
No, we agree. She noticed 20 days back. And she has come to you. You mean to say that it is increasing in size in 20 days?
No, sir.
What is that meaning?
Actually, because of the lump size, that's why
No, a patient came with lump. Only 20 days. Where is the question of gradually increasing in size during 20 days?
because she didn't.
Did she tell lump has increased in size or not?
No increase, no changes.
That's all. That's all. See,
Sure.
very short duration. If a lump increases in size in 20 days, it has to be inflammatory lump. It cannot be malignancy. Okay? Thank you.
Past history, no history of similar lumps in the breast or any breast biopsies. There is no history of prior radiation to chest and abdomen. She is known case of diabetic on regular medication, and there is no history of hypertension, coronary artery disease, TB. She underwent tubectomy 27 years back. She underwent appendectomy 14 years back.
What
Yeah.
is this? What does this previous irradiation got to do with present diagnosis?
Sir, this part of
Yes.
CFS.
Yes, good. Now you have to correlate radiation and CFS. Why irradiation was given? Is given actually.
Sir,
Why irradiation is given to chest wall or?
lymphomas, mantle radiation.
Okay, good.
And
So what should be time interval between the chest radiation and development of the carcinoma?
30 years.
30 years. No, you are wrong. Can you correct yourself? Anybody from the crowd, please? What is the minimum time interval between chest radiation and you are attributing the irradiation to present development of CA?
10.
It's not still less, about 6 to 8 years minimum. It can be more. And it is likely to be, if you are the patient that got CA breast consequent to chest radiation, it's usually not amenable for breast conservative surgery. You know the point? It's very important. It's always CA that the patient develops following radiation or any other type of malignancy can develop.
Characters.
It's always CA that suppose patient undergoes radiation and malignancy of chest, malignancy of the breast. Is always a carcinoma can develop any other type of malignancy.
Thyroid test, no. Thyroid test,
No.
Chest wall, chest wall.
chest wall.
Don't jump out to that. We are only below the line. Can they develop sarcoma? Yes, sure. Sarcoma they can develop.
Radiation can lead to any type of malignancy, including sarcomas, acute myeloid leukemia also.
Leukemia, sarcoma.
Because you are irradiating the marrow also, leukemia can occur, sarcoma can occur, carcinoma can occur, any malignancy can occur. And even if you irradiate the chest, in instance of thyroid cancer is also increased because of scatter radiation. So these things can happen.
And if you are interested to know, it is mostly angiosarcoma that the patient develops. If you are interested to know, that is an extra point for you to learn. Sarcoma usually be angiosarcoma if the patient develops a type of sarcoma called radiation. Please go ahead.
Across all organs, sarcomas are more common than carcinomas in the radiation field.
She attained menarche at the age of 12 and her cycles were regular. Attained menopause at the age of 51. Married at the age of 18. Gave birth to 4 children. First childbirth at the age of 19. and last childbirth 27 at the age of 25. Breastfed all children for about 2 years. No history of use of OCPs or hormone replacement therapy. Personal history.
What is the importance of each one of these?
So, early menarche, late menopause is a risk factor for
What is early menarche?
less than 12 years, below 12 years, and late menarche greater than 55 years. And first childbirth greater than 30 years is a risk factor. And breastfeeding is protective for CA breast.
How do all these factors play actually?
Estrogen. The
What is estrogen? Estrogen is there all the time in the
No, you have to use the correct sentence.
Correct.
the amount of the time the patient exposed to estrogen.
What is it called?
Uh,
Uninterrupted estrogen exposure. Is it not? If there is interruption, then the risk comes down. That is the reason why prolonged uninterrupted estrogen exposure is the actual risk factor.
Personal, she is a vegetarian, normal appetite, bowel and bladder habits are regular, no sleep disturbances, no habit of alcohol or smoking. Family history, there is no history of similar complaints in her family. General examination, examine the patient.
Please, now, what is this family history and severe breast? Can you elaborate on that?
Any history of breast lumps in the first degree or second degree relatives.
Breast lumps?
Breast or ovarian mass.
No. Take time. Take time. Family history and what is the significance? I want to tell me point by point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
BRCA1 mutations.
Good. BRCA1 and 2 gene
BRCA1
gene
2.
mutation positive, number 1. You call it now BRCA1 and 2, yes.
Age of less than 50 years, family history of breast cancer is a risk factor.
Family history is maternal or paternal?
Both, it's an autosomal dominant gene.
Oh, please go ahead.
Don't commit. Unnecessarily don't tell unnecessarily things which you are not very confident.
Exactly.
BRCA1 and 2 are not dominant.
Okay, that's it.
What are BRCA1 and 2? What is BRCA1 and 2? What are they? Actually it gets in. Probably only so much? I don't know. Anything else, sir?
Is it a significant finding in personal breast compared to other skin signs? Compared to other skin signs, is dimpling or puckering, is it a significant finding?
Because involvement of Cooper ligament.
Yes, that's the only consideration. No other consideration. Even dimple retraction or border alignment, everything occurs in other conditions. But dimpling is unique for CA breast. Okay, go ahead.
Her nipple area complex is normal. There is no nipple disturb, nipple deviation, displacement. Inframammary region appears normal. No swellings noted in the left axilla. Supraclavicular fossa appears normal. No arm edema. Palpation.
Actually, inspection has to be done in 3 different positions. Because you know that.
Sitting.
Hands by the side. So hands by the side.
Yes, sir.
One
Hands
is-
by the side of the patient. Hands raised above the head.
Okay. Okay, next. Okay, go ahead.
Palpation. There is no local rise of temperature. Non-tender. A 6 into 5 centimeter lump noted in the upper lump is pinchable. No fixity to the underlying structures. No other lump palpable in other quadrants. And palpation of left axilla. Single mobile.
No, hold on. What is that? Deeper structures? What is it? You said deeper structures. Other than chest wall, what is that? What did you do with that? You said what? Underlying structures. What do you mean by that? I want to clarify. Underlying structures.
Pectoralis major and chest wall serratus anterior.
Serratus anterior.
Let's just walk.
Okay, then. Pectoral fascia. Pectoral fascia.
No, sir, I have got a doubt, Dr. Subramanian, sir. You see, this first sentence, there is no localized of temperature and tenderness. Is it correct to state first, or a palpable lump is there, which is not tender, there is no, which is correct? For sake of PGs. First, what should be told? There is a palpable lump in so and so place, which is not tender, and there is no localized temperature. Is it correct, or straight away no localized temperature? Which is
Whatever
correct?
he has felt.
Because you could make out,
Could make out
a very
fullness,
inspection.
yes.
I think it's fair enough to actually, probably the first time to be registered is temperature and tenderness because you don't want to do anything to the lung.
Over the swelling.
What is very okay.
An important thing is, you said it is odd in consistency, but ill-defined margins that will land you in trouble. A soft breast, odd mass, no margins. What exactly you mean?
Sir,
What exactly you mean when you say ill-defined margins?
can't exactly mean.
You can't make out the margins.
You hold
Then
the size,
size is told.
you hold the size. You said it is hard. Breast otherwise is soft. Is it not?
Both findings are contradictory. Size and margin.
You are mentioning the size temperature, and you said odd in consistency. Odd lump has to have margins, no? Where do I think irregular margins rather than ill-defined. So this question is asked, why do you think so? You start with the demographics. First, woman is always a risk factor. Next is the age. Next is painless lump. But 20 days is a very short duration, but it's probably awareness she has got. Hard lump. Next, moving with the breast tissue, not within the breast tissue. Palpable with the flat of the hand as well as with the flat of fingertips. And presence of lymph node which you feel significant. These are all points in favor of carcinoma breast. Is there a DD?
What is lump? Define lump. In the examiner asks you, I don't know what is lump. Define lump. Say three-dimensional lesion. Is a three-dimensional lesion. That's what, right?
Suppose if I go an examiner, I ask one question, I don't know what is lump, define lump. That's gone, flat. It's a three-dimensional region which has got length, breadth and depth.
Good. Yes, DD. Is there any DD?
So what is your TNM stage?
T3 M1 M0.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to confirm my diagnosis.
Now you have a rapid fire because he is behind us.
I'd like to confirm my diagnosis. I'll proceed with mammography first.
Perfect. Bilateral, unilateral.
Both,
Bilateral mammography.
yes, bilateral mammography, core cut biopsy,
What is
core needle biopsy.
core needle biopsy?
Then I'll do, as its size is large locally advanced breast cancer, I'll do a CT chest and abdomen
Okay.
and a bone scan.
Okay. Accepted. After that?
Based
After that, what do you want? Everything is normal. Bone scan is normal. CT chest and abdomen is normal.
I'll give her option. Either she can have neoadjuvant and reduce the size of the tumor and can undergo a breast conservative surgery with axillary lymphadenectomy, or she can directly have a modified radical mastectomy.
If she wants neoadjuvant chemotherapy, what else do you want?
Sir,
If she wants neoadjuvant chemotherapy and breast conservation, what else do you want to do? She is keen on breast conservation. You gave her an option of breast conservation.
I'll know the ERPR status
Okay,
and HER2 news status,
correct.
and I'll preserve the specimen also, and to keep a clip over that area because
Very good.
neoadjuvant can.
You leave a clip in the center of the tumor also. Correct. What else?
Radiation.
No.
Post operative.
Before, okay. It's also preferable to to do an FNAC of the axilla if you don't have axillary lymph nodes. In this patient, you take it as positive. Okay. What chemotherapy? Patient is ER negative, PR negative, HER2 negative.
Hormonal therapy. Not hormonal. Anthracyclines. Thank you.
In the French word, the correct pronunciation is Polyrange, not Pudor. So what I mean to say, the student really says the examiner may get offended. Therefore, the teachers are requested from now onwards start telling or teaching the students that it is Polyrange, a French word, it is not an English word. If you start telling, at least the examiners after 30 years will understand correctly what the student says. Otherwise, Polyrange, 4 means skin, 2 means of orange. It is like the skin of the orange. It is a French word, not an English word. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Every college will get one carcinoma test. There's lack of time, we do not discuss it further. But this particular case, as he has got, it is T3 N1 N2 only carcinoma test. So the treatment choice as the candidate has given correctly, either you give the option to the patient, it is a breast conserving therapy or MRI. Choice you give patient. Breast conserving therapy as the candidate has told correctly, because the size is large, so he has to bring down the size, so he has to give chemo, to start with chemo. After that, the answer should be do a breast conserving surgery followed by radiotherapy. And during breast conserving surgery, there is wide local excision as well as axillary node support. Right? So there should not be any doubt. And as per this chemo is concerned, or this treatment modality is concerned, you see it varies from cancer institute to cancer institute all over the world. But I prefer that during examination, to follow one international standard, that is your NCCN guidelines, that will be better. After this, we'll go ahead with a soft control NCCN guidelines on management of carcinoma breast.
The President and Associate Chairperson.
Honor, sir.